It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cleveland Browns. Coming up next.
Along the shores of Lake Erie, the Dog Pound already in full roar. We welcome you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs, compete for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end U, man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
For so many years, Mike, the conversation was, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL? And I think now, after winning back-to-back Super Bowls 3 and 4 years, it's not so much, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL now? It's, is he entering the conversation as being one of the best quarterbacks of all time? I certainly am one of those people that believe that's the case. He has a chance through the rest of his career now, not even being 30 years old, to accomplish a lot of things that are unheard of at the NFL level.
They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on second down. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. On fourth down, it's Matt Ariza to punt for KC. A fair catch called for and taken out beyond the 45-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. Leading them out, the veteran quarterback first-round pick back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
There was a time, and it wasn't very long ago, Mike, that this guy was trending towards becoming one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL. He has to find a way to get back to stacking strong performances, one after another, and keep his team in the hunt. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out, but if he plays well, his team is always going to have a strong chance of winning.
They'll come up on a second down and 8. On the carry, this is Nick Chubb. Down the sideline, past the 40. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. A big run by Chubb. 31 yards.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
A run straight ahead, that's Ford. And he's just pushing guys out of the way, powering forward for a gain of 8.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And the Browns are gonna have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's Chubb. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. Now here's 2nd and goal. They look to run with 4. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. He'll run with Chubb, and he will not get in. The defense stands their ground, pushes him back, and they force 4th down.
Hats off to the interior of this defensive line. Look at the penetration they're able to get up front, Mike, to defeat their blocks. And 3rd and an inch, they knew that run was coming, and boy, were they ready.
Who wants it more here? 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run for it. It's 4. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Browns. So they decide to go for the touchdown, and Greg, they get rewarded on 4th and goal with the 6 points.
Yeah, I think the safe bet there is you settle for the field goal and you're happy coming off the field with points, but not this play caller. He rolls the dice a little bit, but give credit to the offensive line. They created just enough of a lane for this back to take it in for 6.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Chiefs offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
You know, we spend a lot of time praising the running backs, and deservingly so. But oftentimes, it's a combination of the scheme and the big guys up front who make it work, and that's exactly what we saw here on the big pickup.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
And just like that, you go from 2nd and inches, where you think it's pretty much a given that you're going to move the chains, to now finding yourself in 3rd and 2 or 3. Great job by that defense. This completely changes this possession.
Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Ariza now. He'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. And that's going to bounce out of bounds, giving them a short field to work with here. The Browns offense ready for their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with 4. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, Watson. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. That'll be a gain of 20, much of it coming after the catch as they pick up the 1st down. Watson going to give it to Chubb. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down. On the ground, this is 4. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Open space inside the 10. And he'll be taken down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Ball at the 3, second down and goal. Again, it'll be 4. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up third down.
A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make. You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
This one taken at the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. A first down throw for Mahomes. That's taken in by the running back, Piron.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the carry is Piron. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
They put Kelce in motion. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And he will get into the end zone. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs. What a catch and run by the tight end as he takes it into the end zone and finishes the play. Greg, you know what that's like. Tight end touchdown.
Mike, so often the tight ends are considered to be the possession guys, right? They're the guy you throw it to when you need an easy catch, you need a reliable target. But not this guy. He is a downfield weapon, and he just showed you right there what he's capable of.
The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are on the board. It's 10-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Browns offense headed back to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. Second and 7. Now a handoff to Ford. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Remember, Mike, he's already had a touchdown earlier in the first quarter, and at the way this game has started off, it looks like this defense is going to have their hands full stopping this guy.
They'll go back to Ford on 1st down. He'll take this down to the 47. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go with Chubb. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. 15-yard pickup there. It's a Browns 1st down. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's closing in on 100 yards already. Up the middle, here's Ford. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Brian Cook up from his safety spot to make the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. Here's a handoff to Chubb, heading left. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
1st and 10, and here comes Ford. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Here's a handoff to Chubb. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They find a way to convert on 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll run here. It's Ford. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Cleveland. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Give him a 2nd touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the 1st.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Just a great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up. Mike, you can see he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes. And once that ball was delivered, he's just attacking it and breaking it up.
Mahomes now on second down. He's got his man Brown. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
On third down, Mahomes. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down. Like living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Browns offense back onto the field for their next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the handoff, this is Chubb. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Once again, it's Chubb. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4. Now Chubb. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Here's 4. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
You hear teams talk about it all the time, Mike. Let's win at the point of attack. And boy, this team here early in the first quarter, they've done just that.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Chubb takes this handoff, running left. Oh, yeah. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
Down at the 12. It's first and 10. A run straight ahead. That's Ford. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. They'll run once more with Ford. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up third down. They'll run with Chubb. Powering forward. He's in. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Browns. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns up their lead. It's now 24-7. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Gray is the motion man here. 1st and 10 for Mahomes. Looking middle. He's got Kelsey. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Off the bootleg, it's Mahomes. That's complete left side to Worthy. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Mahomes gonna fire quickly to Worthy.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And he's going to be taken down.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire 1st half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. Watson gonna give it to Chubb. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Chubb. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Again, it's 4. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. 3rd and a yard. A run up the middle with Chubb. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. It gets them down to the 6.
I think if that rush would have failed, Mike, I think they would have had an interesting decision to make come 4th down, but that's all out the window now. Nice pickup, sets up 1st and goal.
Here's Chubb. And he's into the end zone. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Cleveland. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Chiefs offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly in his 3rd and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Here's the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And not the greatest of kicks there. They're going to mark it on this side of midfield. Nick Chubb and the rest of the Browns offense set to take over again. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. On 1st and 10, it's Chubb. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, give to Ford. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Derek Nottie there to bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. Running is Chubb. He'll work forward, a short gain to the 25. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. Here's 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap to Watson. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Browns.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Hardman now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, thrown down for a loss.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping them short on 3rd down. Brings up 4th, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
The Browns offense and their running back set to go once more. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And he'll take this to about the 46-yard line. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. 2nd down and 8. They give it, and it's 4. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Brian Cook up from his safety spot to make the tackle. Here now, 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, here's Watson. Backs to the open man, it's Tillman. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
First and 10. Here's a handoff to Chubb, heading left. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back, but not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
And he'll work his way down inside the 40. George Karlaftis there to make the play. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Now it's Watson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
They snap it to Watson. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. 1st down throw, Mahomes, and he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction. There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 2. On the carry is Piron, and he will have a Chiefs 1st down by a couple of yards. We'll give him 4 yards. It was 3rd and 2 as they convert.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
They put Kelsey in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Now it's Piron. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
Mahomes on 1st down. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Travis Kelsey, the intended target. And it's going to be 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. They get 18 on that one. And the Chiefs have a 1st down. Right back to the air for Mahomes. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, The defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He's got it inside the 5. And he's in. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes Ford on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their star running back, Nick Chubb, set to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. Now Chubb. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Ford. And he'll be brought down at the 45. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. They'll run with Ford. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run it here, and it's Chubb. And he is going to have a Browns first down by about a yard. So they pick it up on 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, they'll give it, and it's Ford. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Chubb takes this handoff, running left. And he'll get about 5. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Up the middle, here's Ford. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him.
And he's in! David Njoku. Touchdown, Cleveland.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Hardman now to return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with the sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Mahomes. That is caught. It is Hopkins. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. Juan Thornhill that time. Good cover. Able to knock it away.
We've already seen these two guys connect for a touchdown in this game, and had they been on the same page there, I think they would have been able to add to that total. Unfortunately for them, just a little bit off, and it falls incomplete.
And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Once again, it's Chubb. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Third down, 3 to go. Watson going to give it to Chubb. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line. On the handoff, Ford. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run once more with Ford. And he's going to bring this one close to a 1st down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. On 3rd down, they go with Chubb. And he's going to be taken down as we hit 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended target, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again. The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You know, Mike, there's a lot of coaches out there who believe that an aggressive style of offense is your best chance of winning. Now, this takes it a little bit to the extreme, but I think this is something that we're going to continue to see as this game unfolds.
They put the tight end Brown in motion. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. A short one caught by Kelsey. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They put Kelsey in motion. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. He'll tuck it and take up, and he will score. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Very little time remaining in this 1st half as this kick is away. Here comes Ford on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Watson. That's taken in by Chubb. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. So we hit halftime here in Cleveland, and the Browns are in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. We saw a solid 1st half out of the workhorse Nick Chubb. He's already over 200 yards rushing as he's well on his way to what could be a record-breaking performance.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. On 1st and 10, it's Chubb. Room up the sideline at the 45. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
I've always gone by the philosophy, Mike, that the pass sets up the run. And in these last two plays, that's exactly what happened. You hit them with the big pass, they adjust. You soften them up a little bit, you take advantage for the big gain on the ground.
Here's a handoff to Chubb. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A run straight ahead. That's Ford. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up 1st and goal.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of...
And he will score again. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Browns. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Hardman now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. That was Jordan Hicks who got him down. Here's 2nd and 9. Now, Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. On comes the Chiefs punter. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Browns offense ready to take over once more. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the 3rd quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. He'll only be able to get the 47-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the handoff, this is Chubb. Can't fault the effort. He got half a couple of tackles, but ultimately the defense gets him for a loss of yardage.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down, and this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting, but finally when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
This one intercepted. Picked off by Jamari Connor. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
So that guy in the slot, Mike, yes, he has to have great reaction times. Yes, he has to have great quickness and speed. But because he's typically facing the shiftiest and highest targeted player on the opposing offense, he has to have great instincts. That's what we saw there. His reaction time and his anticipation allowed him to jump that route, get his hands on it, and snatch one of those targets away.
Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. He is in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Chiefs. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Butker's extra point is good, and the Chiefs are able to edge a bit closer. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Pierre Strong on the return. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Browns offense about ready to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. And that carry is going to be the one to do it. He surpasses Adrian Peterson's single-game mark of 296 yards. Peterson did it in 2007. You have just watched one of the best individual performances in the history of the National Football League. Running is Chubb, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw is Watson. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamari Connor. And the Chiefs are going to get the football at their own 40.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And that ball incomplete over the middle. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll be third down. Throwing is Mahomes. For the sideline, he's got Hopkins.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Oh, a miss hit there off the side of his foot. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Browns offense and quarterback Deshaun Watson getting set for their next drive. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Now Chubb. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. They'll stay on the ground with Chubb. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
And this is how you just keep wearing down a defense. You find yourself with a pretty big lead. Now can they just lean on this run game the rest of the way and close this game out with a win?
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Here's Chubb. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down. Now a handoff to Ford. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up third down and 2.
They'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. And he's going to have a Browns first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on third and a yard.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down. They'll run with 4. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Here's a third down and 4. Shotgun snap to Watson. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's got another one. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Cleveland. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Hardman now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Chiefs offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Throwing now, Mahomes. He connects with Gray on that one. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Maybe a couple there. It's third down.
He's brought down at the 31. He's a gain of 2 yards. And it's third down.
Patrick to throw. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down. Throwing is Mahomes. He'll look Hopkins' way again. This is also complete.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
Nice combination of vision, patience, and speed by the running back here. The vision to see the hole, the patience to let the blocks unfold, and then the speed to hit it and pick up a nice gain.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. On second down, Pacheco. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
They put Kelsey in motion. Third and long for Mahomes. And that is intercepted by Denzel Ward. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick six.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. His kick is good. And the Browns stretch things out even further. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Hardman now to return it. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to take over once again. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the carry is Piron. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Mahomes now on second down. That's taken in by Brown. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Now Mahomes. Got a man. It's Kelsey. Complete. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. They put Kelsey in motion. First down throw, Mahomes. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw again. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. Has an opening, has the 40. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Once again, it's Chubb. He'll get about 2. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. 2nd down and 8. Watson going to give it to Chubb. And good hard running will get him down close to a 1st down. might be a yard short.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on third down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Have to imagine at some point here, Mike, the defensive coordinator looks to change things up. This running back has had his way with them all day long. Get a few more guys in the box, but then you know what that does. It opens you up down the field to that passing game.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. On the ground, it's Chubb. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming. From the shotgun, here's Watson. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Cleveland.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Here's 4. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. They'll run once more with 4. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
Still 2nd down.
They look to run with 4. And he's into the end zone yet again. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Browns. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Hardman now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. A run, it's P-Run. And he's going to lose yardage here. That's the way they'll switch ends as this third quarter has come to an end. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down.
Timing and trust. critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. That's complete to Rice. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
There he goes again.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Man in motion is Brown. He's got a receiver wide open, left side. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, KC. A run up the middle with Pacheco. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
One of the key factors for having success in the run game, Mike, is winning at the point of attack. And what that means is every play, the linemen and all the blockers, they understand where the back is going to start and then where the back could end up. And having a good understanding of that and how it pertains to the defense is how you gain your advantage to have big plays like this.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. That one intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Cleveland. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg, their 2nd pick-6 of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's 1 pick-6, but to get 2 pick-6s in the same game, this defense is on fire.
Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. He's got it, and the Browns add on to their already sizable lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Hopkins sent in motion. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
And this throw batted away and incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On third down, Mahomes. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down. And the Chiefs will punt the ball away. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Nick Chubb and the rest of the Browns offense set to take over again. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And he'll manage only the 34-yard line. He's brought down after a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. On the ground, this is Ford. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Here's a handoff to Chubb. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They'll go with Chubb. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of...
And he will score again. Nick Chubb, touchdown Browns. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Next to score, Browns 87, Chiefs 31.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. He fields it at the 8. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results. Well, at some point, if I'm this quarterback, I think I'm going to start testing somebody else in this secondary. I mean, he's already made his impact felt multiple times today, and it doesn't matter who they line up across from him. Right now, he is completely taking them out of the game.
Rice open, he's got it. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team. And he's going to lose yardage on this return. Tried to retreat, but is covered up. The Browns offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Chubb takes his handoff, running left. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Running is Chubb. And he'll get close to the marker. A nice run, probably a yard short of that 1st down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They'll try and run for the 1st down. It's 4. Here's a handoff to Chubb, heading left. And he maneuvers his way forward, a gain of 6. On the handoff, this is Chubb. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. A pickup there of 19 yards. It's a Browns 1st down.
Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good gain.
First and 10, and here comes 4. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Again, it's 4. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. They'll run with 4. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Dustin Hopkins on now for the field goal. This one from 41 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Browns add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So Hopkins now, following the made field goal, back out to send it away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Gray is the motion man here. On first down, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, he's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
And I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover.
They put Kelsey in motion. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
They put Kelsey in motion. Third and short. Here's Patrick. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Chiefs first down.
First down, Kansas City.
Off the play fake. Mahomes. That's caught downfield. It's Kelsey. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
In this coverage breakdown, Mike, it's just completely unacceptable. You come out in dime defense. What that means is you have 6 defensive backs and only 1 linebacker most often. So for the offense to find an open receiver with that much space to operate, you just have to imagine there was some sort of breakdown in communication and execution, because he had a lot of room to operate, and that defensive coordinator is not happy.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Right back to the air for Mahomes. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect. Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of it.
To the goal line and in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
The extra point by Butker is good, and the Chiefs will get just a bit closer. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes Ford on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Once again, it's Chubb. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Off play action, here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Well, there's refusing to take your foot off the gas, and then there's this. I'm not even sure really how to classify it. I mean, to have this type of lead in the fourth quarter and still continue to air it out. I'll tell you what, I'm going to pay attention to this after the game coach's handshake. I think could be pretty interesting.
They snap it to Watson. That's taken in, and he's got the first down. Well done there as they pick up a 4th and 5.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Watson going to give it to Chubb. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll stay on the ground with Chubb. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
That's good for a Browns. First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A run up the middle with Chubb. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
On the ground, it's Chubb. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Nick Chubb, touchdown Cleveland. He has come alive after the break. His 3rd touchdown of the second half. Greg, in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Is good.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes. He's got his man. He finds Worthy. 14 yards on that pass play there. And the Chiefs have a first down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They go play action with Mahomes. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Here's Chubb. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll run it straight ahead with Chubb. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Fake the handoff. Now Watson. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
They put Kelsey in motion. 1st down throw, Mahomes, and he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Working the right side, taken in by Rice. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open. I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Mahomes now to throw again. He's going to let this one go for Worthy.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end, and at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
The future Hall of Famers connect. Mahomes to Kelsey one more time for a Chiefs 1st down.
15. And the 1st down, Chiefs.
They bring a tight end in motion left. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Gray. throwing again. It's Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Kelsey. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So the Dog Pound celebrates. It's a win for the Browns. They got out of the gates hot, ran out to the big first quarter lead, and did not look back as they cruise in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dog Pound's happy. It's a win for the Browns as we say farewell from Cleveland.